I'm Chris, you're watching FRAG-MENTAL, thanks for joining me. Today I'm looking at the newest release from Armaf. It's called Club de Nuit Sillage. It's an inspiration of Creed's Silver Mountain Water, so I'll be comparing those two fragrances. Stay tuned to FM. Armaf very kindly sent me their newest release, Club de Nuit Sillage, and judging by the interest in my Armaf unboxing video, it seems like a lot of you are interested in Armaf products, so I thought I would tell you about this one. Armaf are known for their inspirations of very popular fragrances, and probably their most popular fragrance is Club de Nuit Intense Man, which is very similar to Creed Aventus, and recently Milestone has been getting a lot of positive attention. I feel like Armaf don't always go for exact copies. I feel like they always add their own twist on things and shake up the fragrance just a little bit and do something different with it. That's certainly the case with the one I'm talking about today, Club de Nuit Sillage. So let's start off by taking a look at the bottle and the notes. The notes are bergamot, mandarin orange, green tea, blackcurrant, musk, petitgrain, sandalwood and galbanum. So when I first sprayed this one, it was unmistakably based on the DNA of Silver Mountain Water. To me, it really reminded me of the Creed fragrance, and it smelled the same. You get that invigorating, refreshing citrus blast in the opening that reminds you of the freshness of perhaps an alpine stream. And then as you go into the mid, you get this green tea accord mixed with a slightly tart fruitiness coming from the blackcurrant. And the green tea accord in here is just slightly different than the Creed. I feel like there's more of a citrus edge to that green tea, so you do get that calming, relaxing nature you associate with green tea, but there's just a little bit of extra zest in there. And then as it dries down, you get this smooth, musky quality and some sandalwood, so you get a slight creaminess. Overall, it's the type of scent that is refreshing yet calming. There's some refinement and sophistication. You know, Armaf have done a really great job with this fragrance. I do just have to say, and be honest here, that this type of DNA, the Silver Mountain Water DNA, isn't my favorite type of fragrance. I kind of feel like it almost doesn't know what it wants to be. Is it a fresher fragrance? Is it a creamy fragrance? It's kind of somewhere in the middle. So for me, it's always suffered as being the type of fragrance that isn't quite distinctive enough. Now I know that not everyone agrees with me on this. There is a lot of love for Silver Mountain Water. Lots of people say it's their favourite Creed, and I can see why. It's a very easy to wear fragrance. It's a very well put together scent, and I do like it. Let me be clear on that. I do like it. I just don't love it enough to justify paying Creed prices. Speaking of Creed, let's make some comparisons. I know that's what you're all here for. So I've been comparing Sillage with my decant of Silver Mountain Water. I believe this is the current formulation. I'm not sure if it's been reformulated over the years, but this certainly isn't vintage. This is the formulation you can buy currently in the stores now. And I'd say the main difference, particularly in the opening, is I get more citrus. I get more of a citrus pop from Sillage. It's juicier, it's zestier. The Creed is smoother and more rounded and more refined in its opening, and Sillage is a little punchier, a little spikier, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just a different thing. It's certainly not abrasive like I found Club de Nuit Intense Man to be. In fact, I'd say the opening of Sillage really is very good. It does lack the refinement and the quality of the Creed, but what you lose there, you're gaining with a brighter, more diffusive, perhaps more mass appealing opening. So that's fine. It's just doing a different thing. I have always found Silver Mountain Water to be a little weak. It doesn't project that well on me, but that certainly isn't the case with the Armaf. So I don't get as much depth with Sillage. I feel like Silver Mountain Water is smoother and more rounded and has this elegant, very well blended, elongated structure, whereas Sillage just seems a little more bunched together, if that makes sense. And I also get an almost metallic brightness from this, similar to that aspect of Dior Sauvage EDT, and it seems to be having the effect of increasing the strength and the projection. I'm not sure if there's ambroxan in here or a similar molecule, but I certainly get this bright, mass appealing nature in it, more so than I do with the Creed. And I think this is what is making Sillage better than Silver Mountain Water when it comes to performance. I sprayed both of them on my hands before I went to bed one night, and then 8 hours later I woke up in the morning and I could still very much smell Sillage on my hand, but Silver Mountain Water had completely disappeared. So performance of the Armaf is definitely better than the Creed. The Creed is more refined and sophisticated, and for that reason maybe leans a little older, whereas I think Sillage is a little sweeter, a little more fun, and maybe leans a little younger. So I think Armaf are maybe just targeting a slightly different demographic. So when it comes to Armaf fragrances, I have to talk about the presentation, and it kind of leaves me scratching my head sometimes. These brutalist fingerprint magnets with their little chains are quite ridiculous, but Armaf has fully committed to the ridiculousness of it all, to the point where I actually admire them for doing that, and I do enjoy these bottles. It's almost like these designs are kind of tongue-in-cheek, but they know that, you know, they're in on the joke, and I'm down with that approach, and in a guilty pleasure kind of way, I really like the bottles. Time for a bit of FRAG-MENTAL. The performance of this is great, as I've mentioned. I get around 3 hours of initial projection, and then it'll last on my skin 8 to 10 hours. It does come a little closer to the skin after the 3 hour mark, but I'm still getting pleasing wafts. And I think you can wear this any time of the year. I think it works great in the summer, but I do think it's versatile enough to wear all year round. I wore this for a fairly cool autumnal walk the other day, and it worked really well. You can pick this one up for around £40 online. I've seen it on Amazon. All Beauty do have it, but I think they're sold out just as of making this video. I'm sure they'll get stock in again soon. So really easy to buy online. eBay, you can buy it on there as well. So £45, which I actually think is fantastic value for the 105ml bottle that you get here. So there'll probably be people watching this video who hate clones, and I'm sure that you will feel compelled to tell me that you hate clones, because people who hate clones do like to tell people about it. I get that, that's fine. You know, you want to invest in the original product, and that's totally fine. I believe that to some extent myself as well. But let's not forget that cloning is happening within luxury niche brands as well. How many versions of Oud Wood and Tuscan Leather and Aventus are there out there? And these companies are putting a very, very high price tag on what is essentially a copy of another fragrance, and sometimes they're not even putting their own twist on it. They're not making it different. So, you know, you could argue, is that even worse? That they're not being transparent about that? At least brands like Armaf are putting their own twist on it. They're changing things up a little bit. They're maybe trying to target a different market, a different demographic, and you know, they're charging a very fair price for it. Just something to think about. Look, if you're a Creed purist, you will buy Silver Mountain Water and you'll be very happy with it. And like I said, it does have some advantages over Sillage. But if maybe you've become a little disillusioned with Creed, and a lot of people are claiming that they've been reformulated, a lot of the fragrances are watered down these days, and perhaps you're not bothered about the prestige of owning a Creed, or they're out of your price range, and you like the idea of owning a scent that is very similar but has better performance and is a bit more mass appealing, then I think Club de Nuit Sillage is fantastic value. Okay, so there are my thoughts on Club de Nuit Sillage. I've really enjoyed testing this one. I didn't own any Armaf fragrances, so I'm very thankful to Armaf for reaching out and sending me these, because it has been good to try them, and I think it's something a lot of you seem to be interested in, so I like to make this content for you. I've also got 2 versions of Club de Nuit Intense Man and Milestone. I do intend to make content about those, so if you're into the Armaf content, then do watch this space. If you've bought Sillage, there's a lot of people out there who have. I think it's been selling out. It's at a price point that is very accessible to a lot of people. So if you've tried Sillage, do let me know. How do you think it compares to Silver Mountain Water? I'd be really interested to hear from you. So that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful. Thank you very much for watching. Remember, keep tuning into FM, keep smelling good, and I'll see you in the next one. I never want to say Sillage or Silver Mountain Water again in my life. I've said it enough, too many times. My mouth The muscles I used to say those words have now got tired. And I never want to say those words again. SMW, that's what I'm going to say. Anyway, that's it.